What up, fam? Let's see, are we live? Double check we're live, triple check. All right. Where to start? Where to start, guys? Bitcoin blasted. Yesterday's stream, we went live emergency spice style, and it was a great time. Thanks for joining yesterday, everybody. We had 2,700 live viewers. Woke up today, and I didn't really sense the spice. Didn't really sense that the hype was still there. Though we had 80-ish in the waiting room. That's actually pretty good. Maybe there's a little more than I thought. Bitcoin today, kind of disappointing in ways. After all that excitement, seeing it hang out here kind of hurts. But in perspective, nothing has happened. Bitcoin reached up after the stream to just under the time high, 73,600. Is that right? Is that right? Just under. Yeah, $200 under. That's like a margin of error. Very, very thin lines. Bitcoin did blast through all-time highs in different metrics yesterday, such as BTC.D against the Canadian dollar, against the Australian dollar, against the euro, against JPY, and actually, something you might not have known. Bitcoin CME futures actually did trade to all-time highs. I think it was about $5 over. Interesting. It was $70 over. All right, so a little bit more than I thought. CME at all-time high. It also has pulled back. We have gaps below us in the 70,000 area, 67, 59, 93. It's like Swiss cheese, man. There's holes, there's gaps everywhere. This is on the thumbnail, and it turns out that this is playing pretty well. That higher low that we identified October 23rd playing out here with the higher high yesterday, and we are hanging out. And I'm sure the question on your mind today is, Tom, what happens next? Are we going to keep pumping? Are we going to dump? Is it over? Was that the bull market? We're going to find out. We're going to take a look at our charts and see if we can find any kind of maybe trading edge, any kind of signal, anything that people aren't looking at that might point us in a direction. Judging on what I've seen today, and I was at a doctor's appointment, that's why I was a little late, starting up today. I haven't had the most time to look at it, but I have a feeling from what I've seen that we're really just going to be kept in suspense today. Just in suspense. I don't think we're going to find necessarily anything definitive. Yeah, we're at an all-time high tomorrow. However, I like to do this. Just think. At the start of October, when we hit 59,000, did anyone see an all-time high by the end of the month? Did anybody see even just approaching it? Probably not. This month has taken us from a sentiment point in every direction, like a bipolar X. We had September rally, and then October was just down, and everyone was like, October's canceled, and then we floated back up into the 60s, and all of a sudden we're so back, and we sold off, and everyone got quiet again, and now here we are. Yesterday was one of the hypest days we've had in a long time, maybe since March, and it seems like it's settled down. Seems like the energy has chilled out a little bit. I'm still feeling good. I'm still vibing with it. I'm sure a lot of you are out there as well, but I think a lot of that attention has already been shed, and that has been the result of a 1.17% candle. Virtually nothing. Virtually nothing. Our TA from yesterday, I'm very surprised we didn't hit an all-time high. That's kind of silly. Kind of silly that we got so close and didn't. I want to say at this point, our charts, our oscillators on our time frames, they're all going to be pointing up. We say this after big dumps. We should also say it after big pumps. When things bash up, when they move up really strong, really energetically, you're going to see basically all of your indicators just saying up. They get kind of goofy when we get these big moves. And so maybe those aren't the best tools right now. I talked a lot yesterday about belief and how Bitcoin is a long-term belief necessary asset, in my opinion, to make it, to have life-changing. I think you just need to have faith that it actually is going to continue, that it's going to do what it says it's going to do. I have that. I don't expect everyone to, but those kind of outside of analysis things is really maybe what we should lean on today. Maybe. At least probably not use the same tools that we use usually. I don't think that they're going to be very helpful. I can say this from just looking at our hourly candles here. We have moved up just under the all-time high, and I will actually view this, it's going to sound counterintuitive, but I will view this as a more bullish result or a more bullish outcome than what I was talking about and expected yesterday, which was a breach of the all-time high, then a wick down, maybe a close under the all-time high. I think that honestly, the price would have moved higher. I think it would have been a more painful setup. I think we would have had a more harsh rejection. We would have seen more sellers come in. Price would have been pushed down more. We were even speculating before the pump on the stream that 70.8, just looking to sweep long liquidity down here, could be on the cards. And you can see here, we haven't gone anywhere. We haven't done nothing. Our wick low of the day kind of moving into this area of resistance, found some support. We don't have a higher high yet, so we're still testing this support at least. But the good news, I'll say, is getting close to it and pulling back, especially with what I'm seeing here, does not show a super strong selling response. We did speculate this. We said 71.2, I think, is the major resistance. And after that, I don't think you have a lot above you. So let's look at kind of the beyond chart things for a second. We have pulled down from yesterday's high. 3%. 3%. That is not, in my memory in Bitcoin, what we get typically when we have catastrophic sell-offs after. It also doesn't guarantee we go to a new all-time high today, though it is absolutely possible. Virtually any day that we're trading here in the 70s, we could see by the end of day or even in the next minutes a move towards that all-time high. It seems, though, that price is still being propped up. We can look at some other metrics and things like CVD. We can look at open interest. We'll look at a lot of those trading things. But I don't see what I would be afraid of yet. This is looking very minor. The possibility of coming back to 71.2 as support. We talked about that maybe in the week after if we close above the all-time high. Still on the table. We haven't traded that low. I'm going to skip a lot of the top-down analysis. Today, we had a long stream yesterday. It was hype as hell. Stream Monday. We're just going to look at some charts. I got a few pulled up. We're just going to have a more casual stream. Let's just look at these lower time frames here. So I'm going to connect from our called accumulation here yesterday to our high. And we can see we are roughly at the 618. We have wicked lower, but we are seeing a response at that golden Fibonacci retracement level. Not a bad spot to find some support. Look for a reversal. On the hour. Kind of interesting RSI here. From this point, RSI has trended down in a tight channel on low time frames, despite price almost moving the exact opposite. When RSI and price are not doing the same thing, we have divergence. Divergence of some kind. We had bearish divergence on our high yesterday as our RSI highs did not break on that final push. But now we are painting bullish divergence, which with each one of these lows, as price is not reaching down farther. It's not a bad thing. I would say it's a very good thing. Let's get on like 15. 15, we've touched oversold. Money flow is struggling here. Yesterday, every single time frame was green, was bully, was trending up. Now we're seeing a little bit of that profit taking a little bit, maybe of shorts opening. Probably of shorts opening as well. But the market having some kind of pressure here. And I think that's honestly to be expected. Not really a big, something unexpected, I would say. Not something that I wouldn't assume would happen up at this range. On the 10-minute, I do not really love this. Momentum does seem to be trending down. It is a tight trend down, which is not bad. Is not bad. That gives me kind of descending parallel vibes, descending parallel channel vibes. I'm having trouble today. Went to the eye doctor and they dilated my eyes, so glad I have these sunglasses on. Everything looks a little weird right now. We'll make it through. Really low time frames here. We see price is coiling. Higher lows, lower highs, price and volatility are being compacted or compressed and likely signaling a volatile move coming on the breakout. At the moment, looking at these low time frames, I don't really see much that's pointing up, but you zoom out and you see, well, the whole chart's moving up. 5 minute losing some of that selling momentum slowly. Slowly but surely. Don't call me Shirley. 1 minute down. Here. I feel like I'm missing something here. I could pull this fib lower. We can see that we just began retracing from our late October low into our high here. Our initial retracement was 71.6. Price only traded below that, I want to say, for a couple of minutes here. 1 15-minute candle, maybe 5 minutes. Hell, maybe even only 1 or 2 minutes. This is not symptomatic of something I think that is about to collapse. I think all of the downside targets we've talked about over the last few weeks still in play, still logical. We could still see 63 something and be fine. I'm not seeing that quite yet. I'm not seeing that quite yet. If price continues to sell off and we see 71.2 tested, we can look there. That's when I'll start saying, okay, well, let's look downward. 69.5, 66.6, 63.2, all of those goodies. All of the numbers we've been looking at. The Golden Cross, man. This might be a record. If we do break to a new all-time high in October, even if it's just a penny, I think we'll have some kind of record here from daily Golden Cross to new all-time high. I don't think we've ever moved maybe this cleanly, this by the book, with one of these daily signals. That is something to behold. Hopefully you guys didn't short the daily cross. Hopefully. We'll see. Floating up, man. I think today is going to be a little bit of the excitement capitulation. Everyone all riled up. Now today, not really getting that feedback. And looking across the alt space, I struggled to find anything at all, really, that was significantly running. I saw some coins, I pulled them up, I looked at them, but most of them were just seeing maybe some 10, 20, 30% moves, but they're coming off of virtually their lowest points. They're coming off of very, very low numbers for the charts, and they haven't broken above any kind of high. They're just intra-range kind of bouncing. I only found 3 charts. I'm sure you guys have more that you'd like me to look at, but I only found 3 charts that I really wanted to share with you altcoin wise. So I'm going to show you those in just a sec. Let's look at dominance here. Dominance did hit 60%. Finally, we have a red candle. I think it's a little too early to celebrate though. We have a red candle, but we have not retraced the dominance increase that we saw yesterday during the rally. In fact, dominance and USD pair for Bitcoin are moving hand in hand still, even up to this 60% level. I feel like we've been all waiting for this forever. If we're going to project here and enter a bullish altcoin market for going to that part of the cycle, that would be cool. That would be cool, but is still very much in question. I don't see anything definitive here. Yeah, that red candle is something. You look at it, it's 0.39%. Hasn't even moved back to yesterday's open. We could very easily see dominance move down to this previous resistance at 59.6, find support, move higher, and continue the savagery on the altcoin charts. Let's see how this month looks, actually. Damn, that is a monthly, dude. That is a monthly. Look at that candle. Dominance is like the strongest chart in crypto right now. Maybe like stable coins market caps are a good contender. Dominance just has no chill. October has 1 day and 7 hours to go at the close of October. If we're going to see weakness in dominance, I would be looking on November 1st. I'm not calling that will happen, but that would be the logical time when these big time frames roll over. You do look to see kind of more macro turns on charts, and man, this is a macro. This is monthlies. Moves up, gives back a little, moves up, gives back a little. That is a beautiful, beautiful uptrend. Kind of beyond the charts, but at the same time in the charts, I did want to take a look at some of these pairs again. Bitcoin, Canadian dollar, hit as high as 102.5 thousand. Today, this red candle, bringing us back, not quite yet, bringing us back to that all-time high. If US CAD or BTC CAD falls back below its previous all-time high, closes there, whatever, I think that will be a pretty strong suggestion that we're going to see a deeper retracement on BTC USD. To find support there and maybe bounce wick off the day. Probably a signal that we're going to keep continuing. It's going to be an interesting thing to look at. I'm going to reset these alerts because they must have gone off. There we go. Reset those alerts. Good. What else hit all-time high? BTC.D, the didgeridoo dollar. A little bit more of a savage rejection. This is more along the lines of what I was talking about for BTC/USD, is if we had traded above the all-time high and wicked below closed, that would be kind of that more bearish setup I'd be looking for. And odd, AUD seems to have found it here. It definitely has some strong support at 103.6. Man, I should do some real TA on these other pairs at some point. 103.7. Previous resistance breakout would be a great place to look for support if you're trading that didgeridoo dollar there. JPY, very similar to the Australian. Wick above, close below, red candle today. Though these charts are so different, it's actually really fascinating. We look at Bitcoin USD so often that sometimes it gets like numb. It's like, man, not even need to look at it. I know what's going on. And to just change the perspective, you know, put in a different currency, see a different chart, different levels, different highs. It's actually kind of cool. We should do that more often. BTC Euro, same thing here. Wick high, move down. Moving down a little bit faster, it seems, than the others we looked at here. 1.6% today. Still pretty much in line with the rest of the market. And that's actually kind of it. I don't really got much more for it. So I noticed some people asked about Uniswap yesterday. I had not enough time to get to it. I was a little focused. Uniswap making moves somewhat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now on its 5th daily green candle here, coming from our support level, $7.25, targeting 862. And today, breaking past that high of last week's, let's say Friday's high, Thursday's high, breaking past those closes, Uniswap looking very strong to $8.62. This is a really clean chart, actually, now that we've seen kind of it mature or flush out a little bit. We had higher lows. We had a relatively flat top. We broke it, back tested it again. This is actually a pretty solid looking pattern, I think, even up to the $10 area. Those momentums are weird. Yeah, I like that. I like this a lot. I'm just gonna make the 862 call. $10 though, I think is very much possible, especially if Bitcoin does move on to all-time highs. This seems to be following along a little bit more than others, perhaps. Uniswap. So we got Tron. Back in August, it was on the Altcoin Daily Show, and they were like, what coin do you want to talk, or what coin? Just pick a coin, like, kind of you're watching. I was like, Tron, and they made the whole video about Tron. Okay. But I talked about Tron and it breaking past, what was it? Breaking past here. Yeah, breaking past 14 cents, moving higher and targeting, yeah, that 2021 high. This is quite a chart. I'm not a Tron shill, I promise. I do use USDT on Tron. That's about all I do with it, but I use it a lot. Breaking past that 2021 high. This is at 18 cents, currently at 16.8. We would then target the all-time high at 35 cents. This is quite a fucking chart, man. I wonder if this trend line is actually still intact. Do I have that on here? No. Let's see. We do. This is intact. Wow. Wow. That's pretty wild, man. This whole chart, to me, looks like it's setting up for this. We look at this pattern all the time. Higher lows. Testing flat tops. This whole thing may break out. It may test all-time high at some point during this cycle. I mean, of course, that could be next year. Then we start looking for our extensions all the way up into the multiple dollar range. This is pretty wild. Pretty wild stuff. But I wanted to share this chart with you guys because it does seem to be making moves today. It just broke its August high with a wick, looking for a close above 17 cents today. I think then we're looking for 18.5 very quickly. Very, very quickly. Yeah, I need to update this. Beautiful. I love when you update a fib because where it was, here, let me show you. Where it was, the measured move was right there at 18.5. We broke that low. So I update it, and now, of course, the measured move much higher, but the 1618 now at 18.4, right at that same level. A lot of confluence It's weird how that still works sometimes. 24. Coming up, yeah. What do you guys think? Do you think Tron's going to a new all-time high this year, next year? I think it would be a weird bet to have made outside of the last, I don't know, 9 months. It's kind of strange. Fan favorite. You guys are always asking for it. Link also one of the only charts, I went through many. One of the only charts that I see that actually has done something with this rally today. I'm going to get rid of the doodles, the TA here. Breaking October 22nd's high with a wick. Pushing through $12 daily resistance. Looking for a close above $12 here on Link today. And if we get it, $13, if 12, then 13. $13 or October. Is this October? September's high. Obvious upside target. I think there could be a play just to that $13 mark. However, with our higher low, coming off higher high, higher low, I think 15, our initial arrows, our initial resistance, very likely in sights here. Very, very likely. It's kind of cool to see Link moving right now. And man, it is crazy how dead this market is. It's like everything is waiting in suspense for Bitcoin to just tell them to run or go hide again, go hibernate for a while. MicroStrategy down 250, but still basically at its multi-year highs here. Could be looking for that test of 227 that we talked about yesterday, back to the breakout point of resistance, looking for support. MicroStrategy is going to be a great thing to watch. We have seen MicroStrategy pretty consistently now break out before spot Bitcoin. And so this will be a little canary in the coal mine for you over the next few weeks. Set alerts tight on MicroStrategy, and if they go off, look for Bitcoin to continue with it. Last one. Gold reapproaching all-time high, 2,790. This thing just keeps ripping. Coming off our higher low. Dude, this is like just from today. Already looking for a bullish engulf close on the 4 hour, 17 minutes to go. Breakthrough here, 2,800. Measured move for the local. Swing high, swing low. Let's go out a little more. I think I already had these marked, but put it back. 618 too. I like this. I like this zone. Measured move here within $3. That's premium. That's premium. Gold is really starting to look like it wants to just absolutely run. Absolutely go parabolic. Show me a new side, gold. Where you going, buddy? Come on. Money flow, higher highs, man. Momentum completely biased to the upside. I think gold is going for a blow off top. Like, it could be into the end of this year, but maybe the end of next year. I think we're going to see it move up faster, start accelerating more, and then eventually collapse down on itself, like we do see in markets all the time. Let's see. What are we doing here? Dragon low. Maybe a little diamond pattern coming on. Maybe not. All right, yeah. Low time frame's not really looking great. High time frame's going to be just pushed up to the top of their oscillators, and they're going to be telling us everything is amazing, and the reality will lie somewhere in between those two things. Somewhere. That's the whole intro for you. That's all I got for the intro. Let me pull up the chat. I saw some super chats. I'm sorry if I missed yours. What's up, Felipe Gadrialt? What's up, brother? You think Crow is dead? Or is there any chance to hold bags? We haven't looked at Crow in a while. You know what? When in Rome. Let's look at Crow for you. Appreciate you, those Canadian dollars. Could have tipped me in Canadian Bitcoin. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I see what you're saying. I see why you have a little reluctance here, a little fear maybe. This was playing out beautifully, but it doesn't look like 8 cents has held. Now, you haven't broken August's low, but you are downtrending again since August 24th. Yeah, August 24th. Lower highs, lower lows. They are pretty tightly coiled. This may still look for at least a relief bounce to the upside. 10 cents, of course, always a solid target. That's still a target for this long. We haven't gotten stopped out on these yet. Is it dead though? Dead is such a bullish thing to call something in crypto. People were asking if Ethereum was dead yesterday. I was like, I don't know, man. I don't think so. Death doesn't really happen to blockchains, at least not decentralized ones. I actually saw an article today that Crow out-volumed Coinbase recently, something like that. I don't know. It's interesting that their coin is performing so poorly. I would agree. I would not claim this is dead. This is not the prettiest looking thing with your lower low here, but it could be viewed this way. Perhaps we may be seeing a descending, call it like a bull flag, called a descending wedge, whatever. And we would look for it to break to the upside. It doesn't guarantee that we come back down here or something, but this is just where the trend line is. As long as Crow remains above 5 cents, it's doing pretty fine. It's not amazing, but it's doing pretty fine. If it loses 5 cents, man, then you just have a macro lower high, low, lower high, lower low, and this chart does look really gross. 5 cents has to come first. That's about 33% drop from here. It's all-time low at 1.2 cents. I don't know if that would be my downside target. It might be if it breaks this low. That could be the downside target. One sec. Let's see. From the low to the high, what do we got here? Give me that wick. There it is. 2.8, 1.32. Well, yeah. Well, that's pretty gross. That's nasty. That's nasty, dude. I don't like that lining up. Here we go. 0.488. It's pretty much your last relevantly close support. You're plenty above it for now. You're really not quite in danger, in my opinion. I'm gonna look at some of these higher time frames on Crow, though. No divergence. No divergence. This is on the month, though. Wouldn't really expect it on the month anyway. Week. Yeah, you're painting. All right. I wouldn't count it dead. I wouldn't get that pessimistic about it. Weekly closes, you are trending down. I like how tightly coiled it is. RSI doing the opposite. So you're building a very strong bullish divergence here. And you can even see it did this last time, around this time. Surprise, surprise. Into the start of October, so a little bit earlier, before just rocketing up, making that move from 4 cents to 18-ish cents. Did the exact same thing last year. Just looks a little bit different. This could look better. Money flow could look better. Yikes. You haven't tested your 200-day since June. Since June, bro. That's just about 10 cents. If you're scared of the position that you built in Crow, I think you get a shot at 10 cents. Maybe if you're in profit there, you look to shave some, trim some of that position so you're a little bit less exposed. You have a nice green dot on the day. Kind of the issue I see, though, is you're coming right back to that 20, and this thing just cannot seem to escape these moving averages. The 100 really dictating the highs here. Give us a 8.2 cent target. Almost not even worth mentioning. Almost not worth mentioning. My eyes will be fixed at 6.75. This is your August low here. I still wouldn't call it dead, but I will start being more scared with you. Not scared, you know what I mean. I will start being more bearish with you. If we move down to that August low and we see our highs remaining downward, we're going to be painting that ugly pattern we hate seeing when we want to be bullish. We saw this recently on MATIC. Maybe we can follow MATIC as a guide. See how that might play out. MATIC did a very similar thing. Very similar. Tested that low. Highs came down and you dumped to the next support below you. For Crow, unfortunately, I don't see that next support quite as close as MATIC has here, because the next support here would be that 5 cent target. So, man, certainly doesn't look the best. I wish I had better news for you. I also wouldn't panic sell this right now. You are basically at your range lows. If you zoom out, you start to see the inefficiency on the way down. And with really strong confidence, we see inefficiencies to the upside or downside get filled partially at least. So instead of selling at 7.5, maybe you're looking 12, or you're looking 15, you're looking for even just a dead cat bounce. I say all this because I have no idea what your position is or what your timing is, your exposure. Also not financial advice, but I would be aware. This chart is not dead, but it certainly is in danger. It would not take a ton of downside price action to make this look very bad, in my opinion. There you go, bro. Felipe. What's up, Archetype? My guy. My guy. I met you in Miami. What's up, have one on me? Times are getting spicier, my friend. Hopefully your channel had a good day yesterday. If you guys don't know this man, nice dude, newer YouTuber, met him in Miami. Nice guy, Archetype. Shout out to you, my friend. 23,800. Well done. You're getting there, bro. You're gonna catch me someday. You're gonna catch me. Let's gonna pull this up. Looking at liquidations over the last 30 days, the lick map shows very little above us. I think that's a good thing. There was a long period of time where I thought the opposite, where, okay, if you have this big wall of liquidations on one side, that's the way the market wants to move because it wants to liquidate them. Over the last year, 2 years, I have noticed that is not the case. And it seems to be, if you got a big wall on one side, it moves to the weaker side. Liquidations all the way up to $81,000, new all-time high, only 636 million on Binance. And I think, yep, just under 2 billion aggregated across exchanges here. To put that into perspective, if Bitcoin moves to 60,000, 13 billion get liquidated in longs. That is a lot more. We'll see if that pattern continues to play out, continues to be a good signal. I'll be watching it. Something we were watching as well yesterday. I told you we go through these. Funding rate. Yesterday, funding rate was a little bit lower than it is now, but in the same position. A lot of the time in the past, I've thought, okay, when we see funding rates like these, Grass, 𝐂𝐡𝐚𝐫𝐭 𝐬𝐺, Unif, whatever these things are right now, these are the lowest ones, where we have significant negative funding. I used to view that as incredibly bullish and good, and that would like make my dreams come true. While we have seen very consistently moves up on those coins to kind of grab that funding rate, to grab that liquidity, I have over time become more aware that when that happens, when we actually do see those short squeezes that can be suggested by funding rate, they're short-lived. The squeeze happens, you get a pump, and it just wicks and dumps down. Probably because you've cleared the order book, you cleared shorts, and now you can send it down without having to pay out shorts, something like that. I said yesterday I'm glad that funding is relatively neutral while we rally, because if it was meaningfully negative, that would suggest maybe we're setting up for a short squeeze. I don't want a short squeeze over all-time high, as I've never seen it sustain. What we want is spot buying, driving price above all-time high. That is the sustainable path to new highs. Today, funding a little bit more bearish than it was yesterday, but still just neutral. It's really unchanged. I like it. We've seen a big move to the upside. We didn't, on the funding side, see overzealous or a potential long squeeze setup. And now that we've taken a few hours or part of this day selling off, we are not seeing that short squeeze set up either. That is a good signal. That is a very good sign, in my opinion. I'm going to be watching those closely. You know it. I'm watching everything closely. Man, Bitcoin is really sideways. It's crazy though, dude. Nothing has happened. We are so close to all-time highs. And doesn't it feel, they just feel like maybe something really bearish happened? It's just that loss of euphoria, that loss of like, we're going up forever. Just having that that switch flipped has really kind of turned things on our head. For example, we have barely 500 live viewers, which is a hell of a lot. I'm appreciative for each and every one of you, versus yesterday's 2,700. Interest was more than 5 times more yesterday than it is on this tiny candle today. I like that setup. I think that's the most bullish factor going on here in the entire market. I think that is 𝐒𝐴𝐵𝐿, the very top. I see you guys have been voting in the polls. Bitcoin all-time high by the end of the week. What do you think? What do you think? Yes or no? So far, we're in the yes category. Not a ton of votes. Yesterday's poll had like 4,000 votes. If you could, click these placebo buttons with me. Let's get a little placebo going. Get some of them good vibes. Shout you out. Relaxation music certified. Never. All right. All right, I will. But Jim Lover, I didn't catch you. Apparently you subscribed during live. What's going on, bro? King Crumpet Forge, question mark. He's unsure if that's his real name. Subscribed as well. Hello, hello. Edgar subscribed. Brian Misa subscribed. Ibrahim Tezuku. Alec Edwards. Mudasir Hadari. What else? Tien Laquang. Coyote Junction. That was yesterday. Quieter day, fam. Quieter day. Yesterday we had tons and tons and tons of new people. We gained, I think, 500 new subscribers yesterday during our live. That was wild. Bada bing, bada bang. By the way, we do have Chirpow is exactly 1 week away. November 6th. Chirpow will join us again for the second to last 2024 FOMC. It's going to be a good time. It's like 1 day before I leave for Dubai. Rip. Okay, so I got through everything I wanted to get through. Now I want to engage with you guys. I want to see how you're feeling, what you're looking at, why you're looking at it, what you think happens next, what you think happens this week, maybe even what you think happens into this year. So if you're here, especially if you are a new viewer, please put a message in the chat. Just give you a second here. Engage with the live stream. I don't even think I've shilled this. Hit the like buttons, vote in the polls, put a live chat message, subscribe, share the stream, all those goodies. When you do, YouTube shows this to more people, and that's how our community grows. But especially if you're new here, I think it was like 40% of our viewers, of 15,000 views on that stream, were new, non-subscribed people. That's pretty wild. I want to know. Put a message. Let me shout you out. I'm going to shout out literally every single active person on the stream. I'm going to try to do it quick this time. Brian 𝐂𝐫𝐿, I saw you at the start, bro. You're like, is this even today? You're right, it was today. It's good to see you're still hanging out. Buddy Knows Best. How you doing, my friend? Coden, Craig Bowen, Crimson. Hello, Crimson. Crypto Greg, Daniel Jackson. God, I need my BTC. Josh Labe, J-Stacks, Justin Moore, Christoph. How you doing, bro? Matthew Lowery, 𝐒𝐲𝐬 Games on Twitter X. Michael Archer, 𝐂𝐴𝐷 One House Productions, Peter Provost, Prez, Randy Greer, Relaxation Music Certified. He got shouted out twice. Shane42, Shrinktech, 𝐒𝐈𝐆𝐍, Sin, Goonies, The Pickle, The Market, Tito Gaines, Vam Pilot, Watermelon, X Portugal, Zavinas R, Two Big Paws. What's up, bro? The Dans, The Bearded Wanderer. How you doing, man? Online Piano Bar, back again. Bad Baptist, my brother. LFG, greatest channel ever. I mean, I certainly think so. We get more popular when charts go up. We got a little taste of that. Got a little taste of that yesterday. Why does everybody go to Dubai? I've never been to Dubai. I've always wanted to go to Dubai for as long as I remember Dubai being a place. I will be there though, November 8th through 10th for the Crypto Content Creator Campus. It's a freaking tongue twister, man. A lot of great speakers going on. Randy Zuckerberg, Paul Krugman, Zach King, Mario Nawfal, Humphrey Yanks, bunch of names. A lot of YouTubers. Look at this list. Look, where are we? We're down here. 130. We're at 134, 35, man. Update that stuff. Update your site. That's why I'm going. I'll only be there for 2 days. It'll be quick. It'll be a good time. So I'll do FOMC. Then I'll be in Dubai. And I'll be back probably. I'll be back for Monday's stream that week. Wait a minute. Okay, I'm going backwards on my calendar. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe not. We'll see if I'm back for Monday. So we'll miss Friday the 8th. For sure. Maybe we'll miss Monday. Hopefully not. Please take a look at Q&T, Edgar's. All right. I think you asked about that the other day. Like yesterday. Yesterday. Bitcoin dominance can go higher. Yes, it can. Of course it can. Of course it can. I think it will. I think it will, personally. To say I think it will go to a new high versus last cycle is just such a BS call. Because, like, what could, you know, what reasoning would you have? I could say I have a hunch it will. That would be accurate. But to say, like, I think it will, it's like you're just saying, like, you're just like, I don't know. You're presenting just a hunch as something maybe factual. The only factual evidence, or the only piece of chart evidence that Bitcoin dominance is going to look to break to a new high versus last cycle is that it didn't break to a new low last cycle. That is compelling evidence, but I don't think it's enough to like make a call and kind of pretend that like, you know, I knew this would happen. You don't know what's going to happen. It could top out here. It could already be topped out. I just think personally that a move higher than 60, move specifically higher than 73% dominance will be the most painful path. And in my 8 years of observing the crypto space, 5 years of full-time YouTubing, I have consistently seen this market move to the point of max pain, to the point of most pain. And if everyone was thinking 60% and then alts are going to fly, that's not going to fly, man. That's not going to fly. I think that thinking is the most punished by a new Bitcoin dominance high. And that's why I'm kind of thinking it. That's why I'm leaning in that direction. We looked at dominance briefly. It's not really doing much today. It's kind of just following BTC USD. Green candle, higher high, boom, little red candle now. Not a lot going on. Let me look at Q&T for my man here quick. We haven't looked at it in a while. Just make a new chart, kind of brush up here. I like Q&T's low in August. I don't think we've really looked at this. I like that low in August. Not only is it a hit to $50, which is always a beautiful thing to see, a bounce off of a psychological number, but even if you're bullish on this, you may have an entry here. You are back to the previous month's open, and a lot of our trades we posted lately have really used that as a crutch for entry, looking to catch that knife down at the previous month's open, pretty much with the assumption that the market's going to keep moving higher into the end of the year. If it doesn't, you're looking at $50 again, obviously. This doesn't look the best on the macro. I mean, I'll give that to it. It doesn't look the best. You've got lower highs. You've now confirmed, I'll say, you've now confirmed a flat bottom. You don't necessarily ever have to go back there, but you have confirmed a flat bottom with a second touch to 50. Like that you have a wick, you filled the gap. There's a lot of like decent things there. But if you continue to reject from these highs, from the trend, you're painting that flat bottom and you're going to be looking lower, and lower looks pretty ugly for this chart. Give me 1 sec. Lower looks much ugly. There we go. 15, like this. $15. I think that works. Let's make this 1550. I hate all these decimals. There we go. It's just so much cleaner without them. Not only is that your 1618, it's also the only point really of efficiency on this chart before moving into your all-time high in 2021. If $15 comes on Quant, it's probably a good buy. It's either a good buy or it's goodbye to your wallet. Yeah. Is there 10? I was really hoping one of these would be like 10 on the dot, but it's not. If you lose that level, I'd be looking down here. We're still on the month though, so yeah, wouldn't read into these super potentially long-term out targets quite yet. Last thing we're going to do on this monthly time frame. All right, here's 618. Check for any kind of div. You have a higher close, you have a higher wick, you have monthly bullish divergence here on that low. VWAP is heading to zero, money flow is starting to curl up. There are some redeeming things going on here. Money flow on the week, choppy. RSI hidden with a little hidden bull div. You see that bullish divergence not only on the week, or not only on the month, but on the week as well. Nothing there. I honestly, as I zoom in, this is what I think will happen. This is what I'm seeing. 80 higher lows. I think maybe you have multiple tests up here of 80 with your lows coming up as well. You start painting a flat top. Let's see the retracement. Boom. $100. I love that. 50 to 100, 2x move. That's perfect. Something like this. This is what I honestly think. I'm going to look at the day quick and then move on. You know, we are at that month. We're at the monthly open. Never really recommend market ordering in. Remember, none of this is financial advice. I'm just showing you how I might trade it. I am going to share this trade in the VIP exclusive private section of our Discord. You can get access to it by signing up with any of the partners in the video description below, here or in Discord. 2.7, 61% upside, 22% downside is a little ugly. I think you can get a better risk to reward by kind of moving this up. Maybe hit 55. 55, yeah, 10% drawdown. I like that. This is really what I think will happen. Something like that. You end up back at that high trend and you either blast off out of 100 out of that high trend, or you come right back down and you continue the dance. The dance that never ends. This wick, dude, what even is this wick? This is on the crypto ticker, meaning it's like an aggregate or a total history. What is this? You don't usually get them. So this actually traded to 5 cents here at the end of last year. Something about that doesn't sit right with me. Something about that does not sit super right. That is weird. Does it have crazy volume, like the highest volume ever? Doesn't show any volume. Guess we can't check volume here. Professor Beans, Boofin. Yeah, it doesn't have volume. That's okay. That really makes this chart weird. No div on the day, but you do see money flow starting to bias the upside. All right. Yeah. I like that analysis. I'm going to keep it there on the week. QNT done. Spent way longer than I assumed I would on it. Make sure you guys are hitting that like button, joining the Discord, discord.gg/TomCrown. Hold up here. UNT, baby. All right. All right. Where are we going? Let me refresh this chat here. Someone say Bitcoin to 30K. It's not off the table. I know, you're going to be like, Tom, why are you saying that? You're scaring me. It's not off the table, guys. 30K is still on the table, in my opinion. It will be on the table for a long time. I don't think it's going there. But we had talked about a move to the all-time high and then back to 30K, like at the start of 2023. I don't think that's what's happening. But it is on the table. I'm not going to trade for it. I'm not going to look to trade that. Not gonna do that there, but it's not off the table, man. Turbo, Cass not responding. Cass is on life support. Cass has struggled since exactly when I told you guys I was gonna sell my Cass and look to rebuy it lower. Bitcoin making a little bit of a move. 5 minute here rolling over. I think we do see a return. Probably a $500 move up. Something like that. I didn't even update this chart. Rip. That 72.4 maybe. Over the course of the day, and we'll find out. We'll find out. Let's pull up Cass. Start fresh. It's back to where I rebought. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Hasn't traded below 10 cents. $0.20. I think Cass could be at entry here. 10, 11 cents. April, June's closes here. Nice little bounce. Look for somewhere in this area. Somewhere from 20 cents down to 10. Maybe 15 cents. I could see that. I don't think I'm going to take this trade, fam. I don't think I'm going to take it. I like 10 cents more. All right, I could see. I'll throw this up, but there's another trade I like better here. Looking to the left, I see an untapped just below 10 cents. Perfectly just below all these monthly wicks. That looks like a great spot to sweep some liquidity. You lose that decimal, You break those lows, all of those longs have been sitting there for almost a year. Done. But even here, you get a 2.3. See how this looks as we zoom in a little. Bitches. Bitches. Hold up. Yeah. You got bull div painting here. Like, this is the lowest weekly RSI ever. Not the lowest point in price. Even if it keeps dumping, like, you would have to close below 0.99. That's not the best. This is not that sexy of a chart, not gonna lie. Second lowest point in RSI on your day. You almost hit oversold here, but you didn't. Daily's still in a downtrend. Downtrend with your money flow. Lower highs, lower lows. Yeah, actually, I'm going to just leave this here. I was going to say, you know, you could do this as well. Tighter stop. Probably the same take profit. Of course, because you get a better risk to reward. This is a 3-to-1, just back to 14 cents. All right. That's actually kind of good too. I'll leave them both. If I were going to take one of these, I would take this one though. I wouldn't look for this one. Put that in there. What's up, boys? Man, I burned all my energy yesterday. And the day before. And I'm having like a housewarming Halloween party. And man, I've been burning it at all ends lately. I get off stream and I have to go bust my ass in the house because there's a lot of work that has to be done. Soul. I'm gonna sneeze. Maybe not. Okay, good. I was gonna say right now, blue ball me sneeze. Soul did hit a higher high off a higher low. Turning around the rest of the market. Money flow still in a nice uptrend on the day. I'm not worried about it. This looks like it's not quite done. How's this BTC pair doing? Oh, oh, maybe exactly as predicted, minus hitting resistance. Maybe. Maybe. Get a little BTC pair trade there. You see that. Soul still looks good to me. I don't want it to look good. I really don't have much soul. Still looks good to me. Still looking for 200, man. Still think that's the play. It's been the play the whole time. We've been waiting for this 55% trade to play out forever. Feels like it'll never hit. It'll hit. It'll eventually, I think. Have I ran the light? You mean the light corn, my friend? What's up, JP? The only charts you see today are ETH and Link. We did look at Link. Good eye, my friend. Link is one of the spicier charts. Ethereum, I don't know if I actually looked at it. It's funny how Ethereum, I just like don't even look at it that much anymore. It's painful. Here. Where was this? About a week ago-ish? Maybe it was Friday. Might have been Wednesday or Friday last week. I remember saying there is a long from 2,440 on Ethereum. It held. It bounced. Ethereum did not follow the breakout. Did not move above its range highs. It got close to 2,800. Instead, this looks like it's just continued the same pattern. This isn't bad. This is actually kind of better than I thought it would look. Continuing that same pattern. Testing 2,700 1, 2, 3, 4 times on like the month. Weakening that resistance, bringing your lows up. Like, Ethereum's gonna bounce. I'm just not sure it's going to like kind of get back to where it was versus Bitcoin quickly. If we do see a breakout, could be aiming for 3,300, could be aiming for 3,600. I think right to here makes sense. I'm gonna move this over because I don't necessarily think it's gonna happen soon. Just filling in some of this inefficiency. You fell really hard, you've bear flagged out, you've caught people, you caught the longs and you're baiting in shorts. Just popping up here, I think you have a good shot. Let's get rid of a lot of this. Too many lines, man. There we go. Really interacting with that resistance. There. How's the BTC pair looking? My lord. My lord, dude. Where are your bids at? Where's your bids at, Ethereum? Here's the worst case scenario for Ethereum's versus BTC is right back to 039 and then reject. You go back to 039, you reject, you're heading to 031. Even do that. I'm not going to short this, though I don't think it's the worst idea. 2.5 to 1. Yeah. Yeesh. 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 Resistance above 3K. Nothing really between there. Yeah, there's just a big old void. That's why I said that's an attractive level for market makers. Not a lot of trading happened here. Kind of got skipped. This whole zone traded over the course of like 4 days. Now we've been down here for months. This area up here is pretty clear. It wouldn't take a ton to move this up and just bring it back. Fill in some of that volume. Fill in some of them gaps. Near, all right. I think we looked at near yesterday, though. It's nearly time. For some reason, this is theta. Or not theta, Tia. Why is Tia here? Either way, that trade actually looks pretty good. Trade doesn't look bad. Sorry, Tia, you're supposed to be near, so we're just going to go ahead and sweep you away. Where's my chart? My chart's gone, but we won't let that stop us. Near, oh, might have missed the entry. Same brain dead logic, same brain dead entry that we've looked at a bunch of charts already today. Right here. That previous month open already tested on near. Dude, I know we had something there. I just had deja vu. On this chart. There it is. There it is. Let's go. It didn't fill. That's malarkey. That's malarkey. That filled. In my mind, that filled. I knew we had one, though. Wrecked. Coming in for round 2, wrecked. Professor Beans, yes, I hear you boofing. There it is. Get rid of that. Still good. 528, your immediate upside resistance for near. You break 528. I'm even going to change this trade to be up here now. Better risk to reward. Break 528, looking for 611. This is going to be problematic, though. There's going to be a lot of profit taking on near between 6 and 730. It just gets like way hotter in this house. I don't understand. It's weird. It's weird. What shirt I'm wearing under this? Hold up. Got my spooky sweater on. Or spookaween. There we go. There we go. Spookaween. All right, hair. Hair's just doing its own thing today. I don't know. Sure. I'm not super excited by this chart, to be honest. I do think $4 is a solid entry on it. There's a trend line here. Not super excited about it. I need to see this trade above $5. I need to get out of this range. Low, lower high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Yeah, I get up here. You gotta move up here. Start your uptrend. It's not quite there yet. I wonder why people are asking about it. Why are you guys asking about it? I haven't done anything. Low time frame uptrend. Yeah, not seeing much that makes me say yippee. Yippee-ki-yay. This looks pretty normal. Bitcoin inching along here, guys. Being not so exciting. I should update you. I forgot I should have done this in the beginning. I did not change my long, but I did open a little bit of a short. Now, I did not open this short because I am bearish. I opened the short as a hedge to my long. That's it. It looked like a good price. I haven't gotten a short at like 72 since March, and I didn't short at 72 in March. So I opened a little bit. You'll see these position sizes. The long is 22,000. The short is 7.5 thousand. So even if this liquidates, I'm still profiting on the way up. This is essentially like locking in profits without reducing my long. That's kind of how I view it. But I'd change that. I don't have a stop on it at the moment. So the worst case scenario for me would be Bitcoin trades down to 66.3 and then wicks there and goes immediately up and my long gets closed and my short gets liquidated. That'd be the worst case. Trading on FEMX, by the way. That link is... Oh my God, Gracie B! Jeez, she has just been barking for like 10 minutes, giving me a headache. Maybe there's someone at the door. I hear knocking. All right. Unfortunately, I hear knocking. I gotta go get the door. I am expecting something. So, thanks for tuning in today, guys. We'll be live again Friday. Join the Discord, discord.gg/TomCrown. Sorry, it's an abrupt end.